Who the fuck are you?
I am Te'A Gillespie. A goofy, lighthearted, creative, beautiful being. Big Purr.
It's Vanessa.
And it's Jasmen.
And we're two peas in a pod. Who is Te'A?
T.
Who is Te'A?
T's treats.
Why are her treats so good?
So good.
Why are her treats so good?
So good.
Listen,
I'm listening, all ears. What's
these
up?
treats, if you want to have an out of this world, intergalactic, planetary experience, this is the treats.
This is the treat for you.
For that.
She has the best accent, UK and accent.
Oh, when she puts on voices.
When she puts the voice on. So, listen, she also is fucking hilarious.
She's hilarious. Her treats make you hilarious, even if you're not.
Facts.
And we have a pretty vast experience with her treats.
Yo, all the experience.
Listen, if you guys remember in season 1, we had her as a sponsor and vendor at our first live show.
If we ever had an event, what are you talking about?
Every event we've ever had, T-Treats _you at Instagram has been there.
Seriously, it's like if you know us, you know T.
True. But you can also hear what T does to us on season 1, episode 1. That's how you do it. Yeah. And your birthday party, we ordered a custom-made cake. She does cakes as well. And
we were all just feeling so good. First of all, it was delicious.
Delicious. Yeah, the flavor.
The flavor. The moistness.
She has these strawberry brownies, you guys. Shout out to the strawberry brownies.
Yes.
Amazing.
I mean, her cupcakes, she's got what, pickles? Sometimes?
Kool-Aid pickles. She had lemonade.
She has lemonade.
Strawberry lemonade.
She has the Rice Krispie treats, but with Fruity Pebbles.
She said she has some new items coming out this year, but you should check her out. And the way to do that is T-Treats _you. If you go to her Instagram, she keeps all of the information on there about where she's going to be located at what pop-up event, and you can go and check her out.
Yes, guys. So head on over to Instagram right now. Follow her. And get you lit, live and local.
So we have somebody to talk to today that's like actually been rocking with us for the longest.
Man.
I know. And it's like, it makes perfect sense that she's here. Not only as a guest, but she's sponsoring herself. Like, who the fuck does that?
Listen, the baddest.
Who the fuck does that?
The baddest does it.
Who does that?
T.
The one, the only
Te'A.
I'm saying.
For real.
We have Te'A the Aquarian live and direct.
I'm grateful to be in this space. With
yes.
It's
and
amazing.
also the sponsor of T-Treats You. And that's our favorite infused treat expert, I would like to call you right now.
I'm an expert. I didn't know. I
You
do
are.
this for fun.
You do this for love. That's what you do it for.
Well, yeah, true.
I love it. I'm just saying, I love it.
Yeah.
So we've had multiple events where you've been a vendor, you and Mama T, shout out Mama T, and you have dazzled us with your infused stylings multiple times. But upon getting to know you, talking to you at various events and also via Instagram, I have learned that you might not be of this planet in the most wonderful ways ever, But the fact that you can make delicious and amazingly well-crafted infused treats is just 1/10 of the magic that is Te'A. So we're going to talk about all the other...
Does not compute. Rebooting.
tenths. I don't know how math works, but
She was an English teacher.
there's other fractions there, and we're gonna do fractions today.
Tap in.
Yeah.
Hey, tap in.
Dissect in
Yeah, are you good at math?
to the court? No, I'm not. I'm so surprised I passed math in high school and college. It was, yeah.
But yeah, you do the metric system so well while baking.
Oh, well, yeah. Once I figured out, like, it's just like once you figure out how to like do it, and it's nothing after that.
With that being said, she blessed the bottle before we drank the crown.
Yes.
Do you do the same thing with your ingredients whenever you're cooking?
Yes, but in a different way.
I think she dances
It's a
over 'em.
ritual. I'll put
Yeah.
on love music. Like I have a playlist where I'll just play love songs, and I'll just sit there and I'll sing as I'm mixing and making, and then I'll just like I'll pray over it. But like I know I'll pray to my most honorable, benevolent, and fearless, and divine and healed ancestors that you bring healing to whoever eats this, and may they get a great experience, and may it be just a joyride.
I love that.
I'm saying, and we know that it is.
Listen, my mom knows that it is. She is always like, so when are y'all gonna have an event again?
Everyone
Because
that I know,
those edibles,
those
so what's
strawberry
funny,
brownies.
her and her two friends came to our show and they drank. They didn't know that the juice was too
Infused.
and so they both drank a bottle, and then
I
her
love that.
friends had a second bottle.
Oh my God.
And she said, so they live in like an hour away from out here. She said it was the longest ride home
She probably
ever.
was doing 25 miles per hour.
She didn't drive. She said she made her friend's girlfriend drive because she didn't have as many, much lemonade as they did. So yeah, you did that.
I had two
She loves your
glasses
stuff
of
now,
that.
though. She
With an ounce, I'll be like, nah, I'm good. I can't even drink a whole bottle, no. So,
yeah.
I had
you
2
felt that.
bottles of that at that particular show, and a strawberry cupcake and a strawberry brownie. Yeah. I don't know what happened after Wayne Henry performed. Like, I'm not sure.
Floating through the time.
It was a really good show, though.
So, what got you into making treats?
tea treats?
Yeah.
I would say just curiosity in entrepreneurship, and also just like, hey, like I like herb. I like, the za. And I want to create like something with that. Like I didn't know how to bake at all before. Like I didn't know
Really?
prior baking experience. And the mom was like, well, you just do it like this, and you do it like that, and you got to make sure that's room temperature. And so I just followed her verbatim, and then it was like, okay, fuck it. And then I had a machine, and then I started learning how to infuse the herb in many different ways through honey, sugar, oil, MCT coconut oil, and it just started from there. Then my first experience, it was just I had great feedback, and I was just like, okay, fucking, I could do this. This is fun.
Yeah.
I can make some extra money. Capitalism in this economy. But other than that,
We need
I
all
was
the side hustles.
after the feedback I got from it, it was just love. I love that exchange and that experience.
Yeah.
It's not about the edibles or anything like that. It was just like I love how I could connect with so many people.
Right.
I love that.
Yeah.
And so many opportunities come from that as well.
You were so intertwined into the community too. Like you were popped up everywhere. I love it. So how do you, one of our things we've been talking about this season is community, and how it's hard. It's hard because we're all doing our own thing, and we all try to show up for each other. And we exhausted, like you said, capitalism. We got to pay these bills. So by the time it comes to coming to all of these different events to help out with the community, it's hard to fill your own cup at sometimes.
Yeah.
So how do you tend to ever feel like you get burnt out? How do you feel about the community? Are you able to be active in it?
I would say I was more active like a while ago in the community. I did have burnout. did that burnout with learning how to, because I'm like a lone wolf. So like I want to integrate myself into the community, but sometimes being a lone wolf, you kind of just like, you step in and then be like, too much energy, it's too peoply out here.
She's an Aquarius, you kind of remember?
Go back into yourself, into your solitude. Like you. But I constantly find myself going back, even though I do retreat. It's like, I want that. I want community. I want more so sisterhood, because I got other communities that I'm cultivating, but I want that. I had to be honest with myself, like, I don't want to just be, the lone wolf, even though it's comfortable.
Yeah,
it's all of what I known.
Yeah,
but now I'm just like, I think I like people,
Yeah,
and I want to help people expand and give love and, share myself with the world.
Do you ever feel like you tend to get down when you feel like you separated yourself from community, that you can see like a downward effect on your mood? And then as soon as you get back into community, you're like, oh my God, wait, hold on. There was a little bit of life in there. It kind of juiced me up.
Yeah, like yes and no. Like sometimes it can go either or, because like, I don't know if you guys are into zodiacs, but like as an Aquarius, like we are naturally lone wolves, so we retreat to revitalize and rejuvenate ourselves. Like, so when I'm alone, I do feel like oh man, God, this is so good. This is so good. But then after a while, after so long, it's like I feel like I need to be around people, because I'm getting too into myself, and you can't really grow and you can't really heal and expand yourself in your solitude. So it's like, yeah, I do get moments where I'm anxious, like I don't want to be around people. I want to party. I want to get active in the community. Like, hey, what are you guys doing? Like, Yeah. And so it goes either way. Depending on if I'm not balanced, it's like exhale over here and then exhale over there, or like I loathe being in this spot and I got to go over that spot. So it's like, it's a balancing act. Yeah. It's either or.
But one of the things you said that, and what Jasmen was asking about community, is that you pulled away from community. You felt drained from it. Mm-hmm. And one of the things we keep talking about on the season is how I don't believe we're doing community right, like the way community is supposed to be done. I think that we're all individually wanting what we're doing supported by a larger collective of people that also want their things supported. And if we were doing community well, then we would not feel drained by being present in it. It's supposed to revitalize us. And you're right, we need that alone time, that solitude to like replug. Mm-hmm. But I don't think that going into community should make us feel depleted. I think that we should receive as much as we give. And a lot of that is about being transparent about what we're really dealing with, because social media has us portraying a lot of stuff that's not necessarily the truth about what's going on in our lives, right? We love to see people living their best life. And so a lot of people's platform are dedicated to just that, right? So how do you deal with that? Because I know that we've also talked to you about how we're showing up authentically in community. Are we really checking in with one another and saying like, hey, what's going on with you? And like, what do you need today?
Mm-hmm. Yes, I second that as well. Like, it's not doing community right. I think a lot of us are just, it's like a testing ground, because we don't really know. Like, a lot of us is in this world in America, we're taught like separation, like everything. Like, you got to get it on your own. You got to do this on your own.
Hustle,
and so,
grind.
Like, when we do try community spaces, it's just kind of like, is this the right thing? Is that the right thing? And then we don't always end up doing the right thing. That's how I feel we end up feeling depleted. And it's just like, I don't think I want to do the community. But yes, like, I second that. I think everybody's just not really knowing what or how to. It's just like, yeah. And then people be coming from a space of like, your autonomy, individuality. And it's like, okay, and we're not in what do you call it? You're not really necessarily community mindset. So you're not really thinking about the other person. Like, oh no, how you doing? Are you good? Like, checking in with people. And it's like, I think also people are afraid of that level of intimacy as well with community. Because it's like everybody, it's like what they say, they affirm it's a dog eat dog world. So It's just like,
well, we've desensitized ourselves on the platforms that we're on all the time in order to like have intimacy, because it's scary to have to interface with people in direct contact, right? I mean, we started this episode, you know, jokingly talking about the show that's supposed to be in this, you know, the 60s or whatever, and spanning into, I said, I would love to live in 1940s. And then as you're talking, I just keep thinking this thing we keep saying, which is, it's because now we're having to hustle and struggle for like basic necessities. Like we think food is fancy now, right? But in 1946, were they hustling for food, or was food just one of those things that people expected to have on the table every night? And it just did. It was like part of the way the economy was set up. I don't know the answer to that question, but I just know that part of the issue with not being able to be intimately connected in community is that we're too busy trying to earn money to just barely get through to the next set of money that we get. And in that period, we have to decide what to do with that money. And most people are not like doing frivolous things with that money. They're paying for shelter, food, clothing, you know, those items.
And the attention is on the self rather than community.
It's fucking taxing.
Yeah, and it's creating a toxic environment for everybody.
Yeah, so we show up in community, and instead of being like, I fucking hate this, we're like, hey, what are you doing? Oh, everything's great. Oh my God. I mean, you don't want to be that person.
Right. You kind of feel that way. And what's wild is yesterday I went to go visit my mom, and I'm in a state of anxiety about finances. And I noticed I left being like, that was so sad. I was not even present with my mother the whole time. The whole time I'm like sitting there thinking like, I'm just sitting here spending this time with her, and I could be like doing something to make money right now. Like, and I'm not even like there and creating community with my own damn mother because of the economy. Like,
That's crazy.
It's crazy. So it's hard. Yeah. It's so hard to create community, but I think it goes back to what we're saying, that if we truly created what community could be, then I don't even think all of us would be having this intense of anxiety about it. I think the anxiety would still be there because we're humans and that just happens. But I don't think the intensity of it would be, because we'd have community to, one, talk about it, and two, have support there so that, you know, we're not all feeling overwhelmed and crazy. Because that in a community, I could barter my dope ass skills or you could barter your herbs.
Listen, can we just go back to the barter system and period? I would love to live on a barter community.
Right? I would like barter with tea all the time.
Live in our tiny house barter community, Te'A.
Yes, I would definitely do that.
We would hook your barter house
all
up.
Support each other as one, and all the skills that we have, and then all the love that we have to bring.
Yes.
And
we could go do rituals together. We could Sabanfu Sameh it. You know, we could go have a period retreat.
What's up?
A period retreat.
Yeah. Did you?
I want to free bleed.
Oh my God. Okay.
Let's do it.
So in Sabanfu Sameh's
maybe
spirit
not
of
on the
intimacy,
velvet couch, but
they when the women would have their period, they would all go together in this tent, and they would have like this ritual space where they would like bleed out and
basically
like,
the
cry.
whole time they were bleeding, they were only allowed with the other women. Like the men were doing their own thing, and it was just to support that
women time. And the men would like go be like, they would have their own period.
Like you don't have to go labor at your job. Imagine a
that.
world.
Oh my God, the utopia.
And you don't need tampons and like
and we would all be synced up anyways because we're all around each other. So
we're
it would
happen. Bleed together.
So it's like, girl, let's just like
do it. I'm listening.
Let's stink up the tent together. Come on.
Okay, low key, Jasmen and I have these ideas. I feel like now's the time to bring it up. We have these crazy ideas right when we have our smoke sessions, and we did have this thing where like we should have an event like a 2Ps a bleed-a-thon. That's not what we were gonna call it at all. That was off the rip there, but like we were like, we'll invite everybody with the vagina who wants to come bleed with us, and then we're like, maybe this is not the time.
The market.
I don't think community ready for
it. They're not. But yet. See, we're putting it out
like
there.
These bitches are real.
We've
crazy.
just manifested it, I think, by talking about it. But so since we're already talking about our vaginas, I guess, are we talking about that?
No, but it's fine.
No, let's ask her what she would put in her pussy pouch.
In my pussy pouch.
If someone was like, we would like to gift you with this pussy pouch, what would you want to be in there?
That's interesting. Just like right off the rip, like just anything.
Yeah, like it's your pussy pouch, Te'Asia.
Of course, herbs. It will be like lavender.
Herbal pussy.
It'll probably be like oranges. I don't know.
Orange pussy.
So
Cherries.
Cherry
So your
pussy.
pussy pouch, tell us about it. Are you using it? Is it like, what is it?
You should let her
When do
finish telling
use
you
it?
all the things and then ask her that.
When do I use it? I
Yeah.
will probably use it after my period to revitalize and.
So see,
rejuvenate
people do
the
interpret
womb.
this question like it's things that
I
go
told
into
you.
your vagina. Yeah.
So it's funny because everybody has interpreted the question differently. And I like the way that you interpret it. But
She's
I
gonna
love it.
herbally cleanse it. Her vagina is gonna
she said
have like
she's
a cinnamon
rejuvenating
orange, cozy winter vibe.
Nice. Have y'all ever done a Yoni steam?
Yes,
I
I've
have
done
not,
that.
but I feel
I've
like
done
we
plenty.
should go do one and like video it together on the podcast.
All over. sitting
Don't
next
you
to
think
each
that
other.
two pussies in a pod should go get our pussies steamed
I mean,
together?
I've gotten one with my mom. We were sitting
See?
next to each other.
Not so
it's
weird.
A thing. It's a thing.
You want to free bleed with me, but you don't want to steam your
But
pussy.
the recording is kind of, you know.
That's what I'm saying. I'm talking about the
I'm not
recording.
saying
I'll go steam my
record what's
pussy
going
with
on
you.
in
They won't see nothing, but still.
Yeah, I'm saying like just record the experience maybe
I've done
after.
it. Okay, so the first time I did it almost burned my punani.
Did it?
yeah,
I've
it's
heard
too
this
hot.
before.
I had it too high. I got too close, y'all. It was not a vibe.
Jasmine thought you were supposed to sit on it.
I did. I was like, hold up. Come on, steam. And I was like, ah! No. Marilyn Monroe. No, it was House Bunny. Remember when she
Yes. I didn't know.
Yes.
Yeah, I love Yoni steams. It just like, and it's always a spiritual experience for me. Like I'll end up crying, I'll end up laughing, and then
I'm
I'll
saying
end
let's
up-
host one.
It's like a whole emotional roller coaster for me.
Is it? So what comes out? Like what brings on the emotion? Like the emotional roller coaster?
Are you sure you're just not burning your labia?
Can
No.
you just let her tell us about her emotions?
It's like I said, it's like a spiritual experience. Like I always just like I'll sit and I'll just be thinking about. I'll clear my mind and I'll be listening to music with it, and the next thing you know, all the emotions just come purging up. Like it's just it's weird, I guess you could say, but it just helps
What are
me
you
purge
What are
my
you
emotions.
listening to? What is your pussy
Yoni
steaming
steam playlist.
sound? Pussy
I go to-
playlist. Yeah.
Can I tell you the person I go to?
Yes.
Okay, if you want to shout
I
him
go
out.
to Motivate Your Womb, and she
Yeah, we
curates
follow
the whole
her.
experience.
Shut up.
And she like puts the music on. She has a like dim and nice ambiance. So she like her playlist is always bomb as fuck. And she'll have you
Okay.
in this curtain where it's kind of like covering you, and you're sitting down. And you got this towel over you, and it's like
Oh,
it's just a place where you just purge and surrender to the experience.
I
And
love
I love
this.
it.
Listen, Motivate Your Womb, sponsor us.
Listen.
We're coming.
I'm coming.
Let's
Yes.
go. See,
Yes.
now you're down to do the
And
pussy
now-
steam with
now
me?
She would be open
Okay.
to that because she has
I
so
know you
much
would be.
knowledge about just the Yoni period. Like I love learning from her. So yeah.
I think we need a Who the Fuck Is episode for her because I have a lot of questions. And
So
She
many
got
questions.
all the answers too.
I love that. No, because it is a spiritual experience. Like if you think about it, like your womb and your vagina, it's a
You
very
create life
Like
there.
you, right?
Yeah.
That is a
It's a
life
portal.
It is a fucking portal. I think about that all the
People
time.
come through there.
Right. So I'm just like, yeah, I do praise that bitch. Like, steam it up. Let's have a whole ritual
Give
for
her
her.
a name, everything.
Do you have a name?
What do you mean?
Do you have
your
a name for your?
pussy?
Your
Yeah,
vagina?
I used to call it Brittany. I remember that.
No.
I think
Like
mine's
as in
would be-
Spears?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Don't you know that you're?
I think mine's will
So
be
were you
Sade.
like, it's Britney, bitch?
Yeah.
Yeah.
My Brittany, got a shaver. You don't have one for yours, no?
No.
Okay. Well, I
Just
feel like we all
coochie.
have a task.
Just coochie.
Okay. Just coachy.
Just coochie.
How she say it?
She says, what does she say? I'm selling coochie. Coochie. That's the best way to say it in a British accent, isn't it?
Listen,
Coochie.
y'all won't like the word I like. I love when the Australians say it.
What do they say?
Cunt.
Oh, yeah, we don't.
She's a good comp.
A cunt.
I think if you spell it with a K, I'm all right with it.
Listen, you got to spell it with a C because
It's
it's,
the spelling
charisma,
for me.
uniqueness, nerve, and talent. That's a con. That's a good con.
You're quite cunty.
I can't hear you.
I think that's an insult.
Yeah. Well, yeah, Conti, like, spicy,
Yeah.
Do you have a word?
vibrant.
Do you have a word that you hate for the punani? I'm throwing out all the words today.
I feel like coochie is one that I do not
Coach,
like.
you don't like coochie.
I don't like coochie.
I'm selling
sounds like an
coochie.
issue.
Coochie sounds like a dirty stripper who
I
hasn't
love
took a
that.
shower in 2 days and they just dancing in front of your face.
With chode in the
her
tea
coochie.
bag.
Her dancer name is actually Coochie.
Yeah, her coochie with a K and a
It
Y.
sounds so nasty. Like, it sounds like a dirty coochie, like a dirty pussy, like a dirty vagina. I say vagina. That's my
Okay,
that's my
so
word.
dirty vagina for me is not coochie. It's twat.
Twats.
That's a rancid one.
I never say that word, but
That one has crust in it.
yeah.
Yeah, we don't like that. We don't like her. We don't like her. Crustaceans and the twat. Yeah, we don't like her.
No.
You know what I don't like? I don't like clit. I don't like calling it a clit.
Click, clack, clit.
It's just like so. I'm like, I don't know. She's prettier than what you're giving.
You're not
Clit.
giving. Yeah, clit's a little
My
too.
labia.
It's too curt of a word.
It's my labia.
Labias.
Labians.
Let's just add an S.
Do you want to have an intergalactic out-of-this-world experience? Do you want to go to the moon? Then all you have to do is head right now down to Instagram and follow our favorite treat. That'll get you there. That's right, boys and girls. That's right. You heard it right here first. And you, too, can get intergalactic. T-Treats_you. That's TEATREATS_YOU. T-Treats_you. Intergalactic experience guaranteed. There is no warranties to this. No warranties. No disclaimers. No refunds. None of that. Just guarantees of an intergalactic experience today. Head over right now. T-Treats_you. Go. What you waiting on? What you waiting? What you waiting? What you waiting for?
So we're also talking about legacy this season.
Okay.
Oh my God, she didn't do it.
What's legacy?
What?
And so you said that when you started this,
Oh,
you started with Mama T. And so you said that you didn't bake at all. Did Mama T bake, and did she have like recipes for you?
No, like she baked, like she loved, like she's a cook. She's a creative. Anything go to her hands, that's what she's doing. But cooking is her thing, where she just loves it. And baking, she can bake, but not like, extravagant things. But she will bake a pie, bake a cheesecake, cakes, all that. She just loves to see people enjoy her food. So
you came up with the strawberry brownies?
no.
She did?
No, I found that on Google. I was like, "Ooh, how do you make this?" And then now I make white chocolate brownies.
Ooh, we haven't
shits
tried
were good.
those.
They were good. I made a mock one without the infuse, and it's good. But yes, legacy. What you were saying, like, yes, my mom, she knew like bake here and there, but she just gave me the basics, and then I just went on from there.
Nice. So do you think it's going to be important for you to leave like a sort of legacy of these recipes or anything for future Te'Asia generations to come?
Oh yes, I'm recording a cookbook for my family right now.
Oh, really?
Like, so I have like a little binder where like every time my mom, she doesn't go by recipes. She just like do whatever she feels.
A dash of this,
So
a
I'm
pinch
watching
of that.
her like, oh, okay,
Yeah.
But other than that, like anything my nana, like she'll send recipes too. But I definitely want that is to be like, just a little piece of legacy amongst the other stuff I'm planting.
Yeah.
I was about to say, so you're planning something big right now. We stalk you on social media because I'm a stalker. But you got something going on, something where you were in the studio and you're doing some things. Can you talk about it yet?
Yes, I can talk about it. I want to be like a creative. I want to dabble in creative directing and producing, and to exude all of my skills and then all of the creatives I know. Like, you know, whatever skills they got and they can input into the project, I just want that. And so even if I'm not on there, I'm utilizing my skills in directing and you know, directing people and stuff like that. So yeah, I got this music video I created. I'm not singing as a singer.
You're just directing the whole process.
I'm directing the whole process.
So are you related to Dizzy Gillespie?
Dizzy Gillespie.
Gillespie, let's talk about that, because we were having this conversation about you a while back with maybe Derek B.
Hello. Yes, that was me. Thank you for the shout out.
And I said, she's related to Dizzy Gillespie. And someone, was it you, said, who is that?
Yeah, I did.
Okay. So did you go do your research?
No, because I'm still sitting here going, who?
He's a famous
like
jazz
super famous. Like,
yes,
He's
okay.
known for his big old cheeks when he's blowing his
horn
Okay,
player.
now I know
Yeah.
exactly who you're talking about.
That's literally your relative. I mean,
through my grandma.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
So no wonder why you're so creative.
but
It
like,
runs
to be
in the
fair,
blood.
they kind of look alike. Like
my whole family is creative.
they do.
Like,
They do.
everybody does they got at least 6 to 10 skill sets.
So you're part of a legacy. You're literally a walking part of this whole legacy.
No, it's
that
like
is
her
being
bloodline
left.
is so creative that like she couldn't help but be all these like things. That's why I'm like, you're not of this world.
But
You're an actual alien.
yeah, I take that. I take that a lot, especially like me representing the Aquarians. I love my Aquarians. So, I think for me is why I'm so like adamant with being creative and exuding like what I do and that type of thing is because my family, they're so creative. They don't do anything with it. Like my mom, granted, I pushed my mom to like, hey, come to events. Let's put out your stuff and all this other stuff. I had to force her to kind of do that stuff, but everybody else is just like, no, it's scary entrepreneurship and I don't know if I'm that good. And it's like, you know, you're that good.
You're that good. Yeah.
But whatever, imposter syndrome is in my family hard. So, but I can't say nothing because I have those moments as well. But I want to take this as part of my legacy is to get out there so I can also bring my family in and then show them like, hey, you can do this. You don't have to be scared and stay at this 9 to 5 and miss out on family and miss out on adventure and where your gifts and your crafts can take you. So I want to really just do that. I have to show them first. That's how it works. I have to do, and then they'll be inspired to follow. I already know that's how it's going to work.
I love that. So how do you said that you have those similar moments of like wanting to recluse and, you know, not let the creativeness out. How do you get yourself out of those moments?
She steams her pussy.
Yeah, purge all that out and I'm just clear to go. You know, but it's like a butterfly effect. It's like I get into myself and I'm going through these growing pains and then something bursts from there and then I blossom and then I birth something and then I start all over again. It's really a process every time.
Do you like have to mentally kind of coach yourself out of it?
Yes, I'm always talking to myself, like, you know, and now I know how to talk to myself and I'm more kind to myself. Like I used to talk shit to myself.
Talk nicely to me.
And it was like, I'm not receptive to that self. Like everybody else may be shitty to us, but we are here with us 24/7, 25/8. We have to find middle ground where we can talk ourselves. I like to baby myself. I baby myself through the process of doing grown up shit or adulting. You know, what I got responsibilities now.
Love that. You have a good way of like, you do that for your Instagram audience too, because people love what you post. Like you're very well liked on Instagram. But and a lot of it is you're an amazing reposter. Like you love giving credit where credit's due for original dope shit or really funny shit, which I love that. But you sometimes just driving in your car talking to us is some of the best stuff that you post. And you are a chameleon of characters.
Oh, yeah.
So, like, that's why we love you, because we break out in voices and talk to each other in, like, these crazy
We
tones.
love your London voice. Like the fact that you do it with us is just
I feel like that's, like, part of your creative genius, though, even. So that's why I'm like, I can't wait to see what you would direct, because directing other people to do these things, it's going to just be like, your mind's on fire. I bet it just goes 100 miles a minute.
I even question if I have multiple personality disorder, because I'm just like, I'm everywhere. It's like whatever mood I'm in, I'm that character, or I'm that person, but it's all me. Like I love Rakalan, because she presented fragments to me, like how we all have different fragments. And it's like, that makes sense, because you're not going to be the same energy all the time. And it's like, I have different factors of me. I have the playful T, I have the inner child, I have the what do you call it, the oracle, I have the, hype and crazy. Like, it's so many parts of me, So.
I don't think that's multiple personality disorder. I think that just means you're really in touch with your creative self, and you're able to like be present with it and just go with it. You don't,
and honor it.
Do you actually care what people think about you? We talk about that a lot too, I think. And
a lot of people think I don't, but I do. I don't struggle with it as much as I did in the past, but now I'm more learning how to get that fuck it in my system. It's like, hey, this is you. This is your life. This is nobody else's life. So just show up exactly who you are, and however that comes out. And sometimes I get cringe, and then sometimes I'll be like, nah, fuck that shit. Like, you guys see that. You guys see the fuck this shit when I do those car videos, or when I do like crazy voices or whatever. That's when I was just like, you know what, fuck it. I want to do that. I'm just going to do it. I don't care what comes of it.
I'm convinced that some of the most talented, creative, and beautiful people are the most insecure about what other people think about them. Like, I have this theory, because it boggles my fucking mind how either one of you two people could have any insecurities about what others think, because you're at a level of just genius and comedy and beauty and talent that far surpasses the average already. Like, it's like Erykah Badu. She could take a dump and we would buy it on the record and spin it. And I mean, we would. It's like the same.
Badu pussy, we all bought them $100.
About that damn it. No, I did not. Listen, everybody knows I love her more than anybody, but I did not buy that $100 ass incense, because I know it don't smell like her pussy.
That is so funny.
So good.
But if it really smelled like her pussy, I would buy it.
It's funny, because I too struggle with that. But I'm starting to learn that the more that I talk nice to myself and I understand, because somebody the other day asked me, like, do you feel like you have to be on when you're in front of your friends? And I was like,
depends on which friends.
And I was like, no, I don't. Like, my true friends, what y'all consider being on is literally just me. I'm literally just a loud, obnoxious, fun, like, I think I'm hilarious weirdo. Like, that's who I am in front of my friends. But then, like, when I feel like I need to, the other person won't be comfortable with that energy, or I'm just not really fucking with the energy that person is exuding off, I tend to recluse, and I'm a hermit. So it's not, that's when I'm putting on, you know what I mean?
Right.
So it's funny, because when you're creative, you are this weirdo. And some days I am an introvert, even around my friends. Like, there are days where I'm not maybe funny, and I'm like, okay, yeah, like, we all have those days. Any fucking person has those days. But it's because I feel like we do feel weird, because most people don't admit that they talk to themselves and have fucking conversations and jokes and shit. They think it's weird, but I'm like, nah, bro, like, it's kind of good to do that.
Right.
No, I like make songs up and to hype myself up.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, just to like give yourself affirmations. Yes. I be in here dancing like, ooh, she a baby. You know what I mean?
I'll be talking to myself at work. People think I'll be on my phone. I don't be on my phone. I literally have full blown out conversations with myself. And they're like, who are you talking to? I'm talking to a real nigga.
Okay, you know what I'm saying?
Like, I'm the realest nigga to me, so I'm gonna talk to me.
Yes.
I mean, I don't know if I can say that.
You can
say that. Big purr, big purr.
That's my word.
Yeah.
But
you're on the Two Pussies podcast.
To be transparent, dealing with those insecurities for me on my life journey, it's with people pleasing. I was raised to people please.
That part.
It's like you kind of like when people are not receptive to your energy, you kind of shapeshift, and it's just kind of like. It's a dancing game. And then after a while, you have to really just be kind to yourself and say, no, we're not going to do that.
Exactly.
We're just going to be ourselves. And if they don't like it, then fuck them. But it's a struggle, though. It's a growing process. Because when you've been that all your life and you come into yourself and you become aware of it, because some people are not aware of it. and you have to be. It's something that triggers where you finally become aware of it, or somebody tells you, and then you have to go through the process of reparenting yourself and just growing through the new version. Because as soon as you change that perspective, like the moment you change your perspective, your whole world does a 180, and it's just morphing into that new version of yourself. So
no more code switching. Tasia for president.
No.
Yeah. No, and that's so true.
We advocate.
It's all about the way you think. Like you definitely, I always tell people you cannot hold on to this thought of this is how I have to move. Like you have to just like step outside, notice what's going on and why it's going on. Right. And it is definitely when you were a people pleaser, like your whole life growing up, and you're like, oh fuck, hold on, wait, I please myself. I please myself.
A step further is to go outside of yourself in that uncomfortable situation, hype yourself up, but then be able to communicate to the people around you, I am uncomfortable with this situation, and then be able to remove yourself.
Facts.
If need be. Because I feel like we put all those things together and we're honoring one another's needs, right? But we're also able to express our truth about who we are without having to please others. Fuck all of that.
And then that takes me back to the conversation.
I just don't do that. I'm a Scorpio.
She's a Scorpio. They don't do that at all. They're like, oh, that pleases you? I'm going to do the exact opposite.
Everybody wants to be near this energy anyways, and I've known that since I came out of the womb. So it's just like, I get it. It's fine. So I'm just like, why would I be anyone but me? Right. And why do I care what anyone thinks about me?
Y'all are needed in the community.
They are.
And that brings me back to the conversation about community. Me and my girlfriend was talking about it. Like, I feel like a lot of people get drained and so far from community, or feel like community is like icky, is because they don't know how to set boundaries and really coexist with people. And that's another thing we weren't taught. Like, so because we're so afraid to set boundaries, we just rather, seclude ourselves.
Well, and I've learned, like, you're right, but people will definitely will respect you more, and you will go further if you just give them the hard truths.
That part.
Yeah. People would really just rather, just tell them, I'm not comfortable with this. What you just said to me, I cannot deal with that right now. Or even having nothing to say is okay, but having a way to say nothing. Like, I just cannot respond to that right now. I need to leave. We can talk later, or any of those things.
I'm learning if you really just communicate and not people please in a relationship, shit actually just be kind of a lot better.
It just flows.
I'd be like, damn, it's that easy.
And if your feelings get hurt by hard truths, then you got to look inside and see what it is that you're not showing up for. Because it's not like you brought up Ra, and of course, she's on this season as well. Yes. And she's doing a really cool thing right now called Strong Friends. And it's like that idea of like, you cannot be the one to show up for everybody. Some people have to show up for you, right? And if those relationships are not being reciprocated, then you got to kind of look at, are you showing up? Because I think that's really where it sits.
And it goes both ways, because even the people who need showing up for it, they don't create that space. Like, I know for me, like, I'm always that person to show up for people, but I also had to realize I have to be accountable to allow people to show
up. That part.
Like, that part, I'm still learning how to allow people to show up for me, and it's kind of like,
it's icky. It's
so icky,
but it's good. It's healing.
No, I'm literally like injured right now, and I had to have somebody like bring me food, and I do everything for myself, like everything, and I do for everyone else. So it's like, it's just annoying to me. I just don't want to be down to where I have to need help. But then I'm like, that's why this is happening to you, dum-dum.
Yes.
Because you're supposed to feel the reciprocal nature. It's allowing my friends who I constantly show up for to be able to pay that back to me.
Yes.
And it's honoring that friendship, because what a shitty friend am I if I don't give them the opportunity to show up for me, like that part. So it is weird though.
So they can get that good feeling of, yes, I gave back to that person.
Yeah, but I'd rather them just take me to the trampoline park or something, not bring me Wingstop because my elbow's fucked up.
So
listen, I love that.
I would just say like what we talked about when we talked on Zoom, like, nobody knows what this life is. Nobody has a manual. Everybody's just fucking winging it. So just live your life authentically and what you want to do, and follow that path accordingly. Follow your heart. Don't follow your mind. That part. Because the heart is connected to source.
That should be hard,
so whatever
though.
your heart is telling
get me
you
hurt.
Learn it. Create a relationship with your heart. Get into your heart space. Because right now is very needed. What's going on in the world. And just follow your heart and live authentically.
And let's show up for each other in community.
Yes, that part. Show up for each other.
But be authentic.
Be authentic.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not feeling it today.
Don't abandon yourself for a community, but show up authentically you.
Ooh, I like that. Don't abandon yourself for community, but show up authentically.
This is Two Peas in a Pod. If you like what you heard, make sure you subscribe and follow us on every platform at 2PS_pod.
And make sure you go on over to YouTube and check out the video from this season.
The literature we discussed in this episode can be found at the link in our bio.
At our Instagram, which is at 2PS_pod.
Two Peas in a Pod is hosted by J. Nicole and B. Diggity Dog.
Audio editing and sound design by Derek B.
Music by Imperial Soul.
Thanks for listening, y'all.